India is in some sense where China was 20 years ago, because 20 years ago, China had a young population. It had almost 10 people of working age for every retired person. So China is not growing anymore. India's population is growing at 1%. It's young. It's tech savvy. There's a reverence for education. There's hard work. There's a work ethic. They speak English. They've got all of these kinds of things going.
Young, growing economy, dynamic, democratic, very tech focused. That tech story is the key to me.
If you look at India 10 years from now and 15 years from now, a young population, it'll still look good. That even 15 years from now, it will still look good. Now, what could derail them? There are ethnic tensions in India. The Modi government could be replaced. It's unlikely to go into a dictatorship situation because India is still the largest democracy in the world. And as long as the democracy changes, yes, you could have a less favorable government, but I don't think you're going to see the things that derail China. There will be this growth of something like 6 or 7% real economic growth versus 3 or 4 for China, about 1 for the US and Europe and Japan. The general look at economies around the world, I would certainly put my money on India being the major economy with the best growth prospects.
They are running the country like a business now, and if you look at the progress they've made in simplifying the tax code, cutting out a lot of the challenges and paperwork that were not very business friendly, the country has come a long way, and it's entering this really golden age. And you talk about the economic growth that's going to happen, but the digital growth that's going to happen. Maybe 500% in the next 7 or 8 years, according to most estimates. So it's the internet story that's going to be the big part of this.
So the focus is on internet and e-commerce in India. So why is the focus just on that?
The theory behind all of this is pretty simple. This is the fastest growing sector in the world, and it may be the fastest growing sector in the world ever. And I'm talking about the emerging markets internet space.
It's all online. That's what kind of striking to me. They're consumer focused, but they're online. Consumer focused.
That's the tip of the spear. I mean, this is where the fastest. Wait, look, this is also not really a secret. If you look what's happened in the last 20 years, when the internet came, the FANG stocks took over our lives in this 15-year S-curve, starting on PCs, then going to smartphones. The second wave of the internet was China from 2005 to 2020, and the stocks have been punished, but the fundamental growth has been remarkable in the Chinese internet companies. And now the third wave, which is India, Brazil, the other emerging markets.
Yeah, so we're closing out the year. The India is up 17, 18%. It's lagging the S&P a little bit, but it's tracked the S&P reasonably well, actually, in the last several years. It makes sense. If you're going to be an international investor, this is the area that makes a lot of sense. Young, growing economy, dynamic, democratic, very tech focused. That tech story is the key to me.